Video games, the new form of entertainment that has taken the world by storm. It's easy to see why as well. They're fun. Whether you are clutching around in CSGO, or hitting a shot that was complete luck. Video games have a way of keeping you there. And this is fine, as this is how the games are created. The problem happens when games are so fun that people will not stop. So the question is, are video games able to be addicting, and if so, how severely? So what we wanted to find out first is if teens believe that video games are addicting. So we had a small survey from 8th to 11th graders in a small school, and we asked them two main questions. Do you believe video games can be addicting? And which age range do you believe is the most affected? The age ranges were 13 to 14, 15, 16 to 17, and 18 and up. These graphs show the results of the survey. As you can see, the majority of people said that video games can be addicting. 13 to 14 was considered to be the most affected by most people, and 16 to 17 was the second most. The teens have now told us that they believe that video games can be addicting, but what about the parents? Originally, we had 3 parental interviews to give to you to give more information from the parents' side, but due to technological issues, we were only able to get 1 recorded properly, so we will have to read off the other 2 answers.
I do believe that use of excessive use of video games can be an addiction because nowadays kids spend so much time playing video games, and now it's an easy access for them. Everybody get a computer, everybody has a gaming system in their homes. It can become an addiction to them, just like gambling and just like drug addiction. They become compulsive in playing video games.
Yes, they are in the realm of anything else that can be addictive if played too often. This is the answer we got from one of the parents that we could not interview properly. And then the other answer was, yes, it can be used as an escape from reality because the virtual world is better and can stimulate what cannot happen in the real world.
Okay, maybe I'll choose because I have teenage boys. I'll choose like the age of 15 or 16.
The next parent says, I do not know, but probably around the 15 plus area. And the final parent says, I would say based on experience around the 13-14 area.
Video games addiction can be very dangerous. It can interfere someone's studies. It can ruin somebody's life. It can ruin somebody's job and relationship to family because they tend to become solitary, and or they tend to have fantasy friends because those people you play with, they're not actually your friends. It's just like fantasy that you don't get to interact with them like in personal basis. That's my opinion, is that it can be very dangerous to somebody's life.
The next parent says, I believe it can be very dangerous because it can cause education failure, lack of ambition, and too much influence on young life. The final parent says, I believe it to be very dangerous because there have been multiple reports of death from it. So based on what these students and parents are saying, we can guess that video games can be an addiction. And from the data that we've collected, we can determine that 13-14-year-olds are widely considered the most affected. Addictions to gaming have not caused as many deaths as other addictions such as drug usage, because of the low lethality rating of gaming. Games are not the actual causes of the deaths. not taking care of yourselves are the reason why people are dying from it. There have only been around 22 confirmed deaths from video game addictions in the past 2 decades. In short, playing video games for fun is not a problem, but it is a problem once you start getting addicted. So, play in moderation. Make sure that you do not play for too long, and make sure that you do not depend on video games for your life.